Now, the difference between a guided meditation and a meditation that is not guided. So the guided meditation and the silence meditation that you do on your own. The main difference between these two is the benefits of the purpose that you are doing it for. So they both having benefits. They both have their own benefits. Now, the guided meditation has really good benefits because you are listening to suggestions, and they usually, specifically if it's for healing, if it's for your own well-being, so you're going to be listening to suggestions that take you to your inner peace. It's going to help you release stress. It's going to help you relax. Or if it's more into a hypnosis, for example, it's gonna help you stop smoking if that's what you're doing, or change habits, all these things that could go into the category of guided, because hypnotherapy is guided. Now, the silence meditation has its own purpose. And that is where I have found the most amount of people confused about it. And it's because just misinformation. It's misinformation, not enough information about it. So most of the people that I have encountered, they think that when they do that meditation, they're supposed to put the mind in blank. And so they go into the practice expecting that to happen, or pushing themselves for that to happen. And guess what? That never happens. So when they try it, and maybe they try it more than once, they fail. And when they fail, they say, oh, this is not for me. I can't do it. I can't meditate. And they think that they can't meditate because the mind doesn't stop. And they think that that's what they're supposed to be doing, going into silence or stopping the mind. That's what you do in meditation. And it's not true. It's not like that, especially when you are beginning. So we need to understand that everything has its time and place in this world. Everything you're learning, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and maybe there's no end to it, but at least it's a beginning, and then you're not that beginner anymore. So let's say that you're starting to learn yoga. When you start from zero, you have no idea what you're doing. And you're going to feel off, and you're going to feel doing everything wrong until you keep going in practice and you learn more. And then you feel more comfortable. Then you learn the poses and you learn the movements. Now you are doing it. With the silence meditation, the meditation that you do on your own, is the same as learning anything new. It's just that it's a different practice. The practice and the purpose of it in the healing, when you come from the healing and awakening perspective, what it helps you do is that you get a handle on your mind. But you don't get a handle on your mind by pushing it and forcing it to be in silence. You get a handle on your mind with practice in the long term. How? Okay, I'll tell you how. So when you start, and this is why I recommend my clients and everyone to start with 5 minutes. First of all, if you are beginning, or if you want to give it another try, maybe you have tried it before and you were one of those that thought that you had to be in silence, and now okay, I'm getting a different perspective now, I want to try it again. Begin with 5 minutes. if you begin with 20 minutes, you are going to fail. You can't start with 20 minutes. Again, it's like if you're starting in the gym. You start in the gym, you're not gonna start in the gym half a day with the heaviest weights. You're going to quit. You're going to quit if you start the first day like that, because you can't move the next day. The next day you're so exhausted, your body will be destroyed if that's how you start the first day. And that's a way of self-sabotage, by the way. But that's a whole other story. So you start with 5 minutes. So that is much more achievable when you are beginning. And that's enough. It's enough. You don't need to do more. In those 5 minutes, the important thing is that you do it every day. Every day, 5 minutes. That is the practice, and that's the consistency. So you are building consistency and you're building a habit. You make it a priority. And in those 5 minutes, all you're going to do is sit, close your eyes, and bring your attention and your awareness to your breath. Then through your breath, you're going to bring your awareness to your body. And you're going to connect with your body and be in your body while you breathe. Now, when you are doing this, your mind is not going to shut up, especially if you are beginning. So what's happening is that thanks to you, thanks that you are taking those 5 minutes to sit in silence and focus on your breath and your body, thanks to that, you can realize how noisy is your mind. You can have a space and time to realize, oh my God, what an amount of garbage is going on in my head. Okay. What amount of repetition and useless stuff is in there. If you do not take those 5 minutes to sit in silence without anybody talking to you, any guided meditation, guiding you into the forest and relax and, all those things, which has its own benefits on its own, right? If you don't take this silence time with yourself, you cannot realize the garbage that you're carrying in your mind. So if you do not take the time to do that, and you only do guided meditation, when are you going to get a handle of your mind? You can't. So you will always keep that noisy mind there, always. It will stay the same. It's just that when you're doing the guided meditation, you are distracting that noise by focusing on this. That's why for most people, that is the best thing to do, or the easiest thing. And again, I'm not saying don't do that. That's not good for you. I'm not saying that. This has its own place and its own benefit. But we should also do this one. And when you do this one, that's when you can, in time, become the master of your mind. That is how you become the master of your mind. That is how you have mental discipline. That is how you gain mental focus. So then when you are doing anything in your life, maybe just having a conversation with somebody, you can hold your attention more than 2 seconds before you leave in your head, right? So, for example, with what I'm saying, you might have left a few times already in your head while I'm talking here. So, that is the mind. The important thing is to realize when that is happening. But if you don't take that practice of the 5 minutes every day to listen and realize and observe, you will never, ever, ever, ever in a million years of this human life going to get a handle on your noisy, insane mind and have something of managing what I think and what I don't think. Now, so what do I do with all this when I'm doing the meditation? Okay, so the practice is anytime you realize, oh, this all that noise again. And then sometimes you're gonna go with the mind and you're gonna go to tomorrow and to yesterday and to something else and to anything else that is not going on right now. When you're doing the 5 minutes, when you realize that you have been gone with your mind, because your attention goes with the thought. That's what happens. So your attention goes with the thought. And the thought is not here. The thought is either yesterday or tomorrow. And some of the time, it's not here. It's not about here. So your attention is going to go with that thought. And that's when you lost the presence. You lost the connection to the breath, the conscious connection. When you realize that you have been gone, okay, where am I? I'm in China right now thinking about something else. Oh, I'm thinking about the news and I'm thinking about tomorrow. What am I going to eat? What am I going to do? All these things that I have to do, blah, 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 blah. Or maybe just ruminating in something that happened 3 days ago and you're still going on and on and the recording is still going on. And that happened 3 days ago or 3 weeks ago. Either way, when you realize that, oh, I'm gone, then you bring your attention back to your breath. Okay? You bring your attention back to your breath and then to your body. So you're back to here and now. You have brought your attention back to your breath and your body. And the mind, the thoughts that were flying around there, they might still be there. Maybe they just disappear when you bring your attention back to your breath and your body. Those thoughts that you were going with, where they went. When you bring in your attention back to your breath and your body, where did the thoughts go? So you're not paying attention to them anymore. If you're not paying attention to them anymore, where are they? They're gone. For that second that you brought your attention to your breath and your body in that moment, thoughts are not there anymore. They might be there, but you're not paying attention to it. Okay? And that is the practice. So with that practice, constant practice of coming back to that breath and your body, when you do those 5 minutes, that's how you get your mental discipline. That's how you get a handle on your mind. And then you can be the master of your mind. If you are not the master of your mind, who is a master? Your mind is the master.